All right, so we're gonna take this thing to paint, guys. So hang in there. Let's look at some of the progress we got so far. We got this fender. We put some citrus strip on here and just got the first layer off. That worked good for that. Pulled the glass. Doesn't look like there's any rust back here in the front. We got this one pulled. We don't know yet. We'll bring you back in a minute, see what we got going on. We got this thing. Did a sample stripping area here. What we need to do is get that original paint off. This is actually Lotus White that's on here, but I think we might go to Pearl. You know, we'll see. He likes that better. The Lotus White's kind of yellow. It looks a little nicer. The Pearl White's a little nicer. So anyway, we'll end up painting the whole inside now. Stay tuned. Look at this, guys. Got to it just in time underneath here. We'll get that cleaned up. See all that surface rust. All there. I don't think it's rusted through, but we'll find out. We'll show you a little bit later. Those are really hard to get off. You take out all the screws here, and then you take this part off, and we put some of that orange air freshener on there, and it softens up the glue, and then you move these, slide these things forward. Really hard to do, just so you know. Got them off. It has these slotted holes like this. There's these screws here get locked in on those. So you put it on the slotted hole, and then you slide it back to put it back in place. These things are really solid aluminum, so it takes a bit of work to get them to slide forward. Take a look there. Feather it down. Here's a little dent right there. Fix that. Using this citrus strip stuff. It works pretty good. It just works. It's very slow, but it's cool because it stays wet longer than the other stuff. And it works. Gets the paint off. At least what we want off of there. We don't want to strip it down to bare metal on everything. Anyway. This one on here. This is sanded a little bit there. to do. Usually what I can just make a rough circle. This doesn't belong here, by the way. This car didn't have side marker lights. I can just kind of rough it in. Kind of cut some square ends. And I just cut them off and then fill it in with weld. If you really want to make it perfect, you just take this, and you have one of those little stud welders, you just weld a stud on it real quick and take it over the grinder. Just spin it around on the stud. Make yourself a nice round one, but I don't usually need to do that. Not when it's with this Harbor Freight welder. I can butt weld pretty easily. See, this thing's on. Yeah, out there. All right, I'll get this ready. That's how I'm going to do it that way. I'll probably put it in the grinder, just clean it up a little bit. All right, compound bend. We're going in. It's not going to be easy. but it's got to go that way, and it goes, I don't know. I'm going to have to stretch here, and then stretch on this end too to kind of get it to, it's going to be tough. Anyway, we'll get her done somehow. I'm just going to leave this corner in place down at the bottom there, so I have something to go by. Otherwise, I don't know how I'd ever make it. Anyway, it's going to be tough, so we'll get on this. Cut that away and let's look at it. I'm definitely not doing the whole thing. Trying to do this whole thing, it ended up with a disaster. So save some of it. This is just pitted, but it's pretty, pretty badly pitted, but it's solid enough. If I was going to do the whole thing, I would just do sections of it, and then do a little section, weld it in, do another little section, weld it in, so that I have something to go by. That's the only way I could figure to do this. But anyway, I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do these sections that I've seen right here. I cut them out, ground this all down. This has got rust treatment on it. If you can see, it's still black down in the grooves and everything after I ground it off. And so that stuff's penetrated right into the rust. So it shouldn't rust again there, not for my lifetime at least, and somebody else's lifetime probably. So got this little piece to take out. Alright, so we got this thing all the filler done on those. Got this thing. I think I'm just going to do it after primer on this. A little bit of filler, finger filler in there, and it's almost metal finished on that. There's no waviness to this either. I didn't warp it, so not that bad. Yeah, this looks pretty good here. A couple little dings there. Wasn't that bad, but I just got to get the our first primer on it, and then do a little bit of blocking. Gotta block all this fender out, find all the bad spots in it. It was pretty bad shape, so I had to do. There's going to be some stuff in that. So I got that little ding there to sand. I'll get that done, and we'll get some primer on here and take a look at it. Alright, let's check it out. Got some primer on here. It's looking like a regular car again. Yeah. It's pretty straight. It's gonna take a lot of work to get it really straight, but it's definitely coming around. Gotta put a little more primer on. It's starting to get dark here, so anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed the work done here. Let's take a look here. There's no filler on this. I just got to do a little bit. I'm gonna fill in those little bitty holes and stuff. Not worried about that. And get that ready. The window should fit. All right, talk to you in the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe.